How can I listen to a stranger?
Hello, and welcome to Afrobeat Central Radio. In these sessions, we'll be discussing all things Afrobeats, from new music and artists you should be looking out for, to trends, news, and everything in between. Let's get started.
Baby, make all love you, no go they regress.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Afrobeat Central Radio Show. So on today's episode, we're going to be getting to know one of Toronto's biggest artists. I might fix that. One of Toronto's
you can
biggest.
Just say Canada, don't worry.
Canada's
you get
biggest.
Me? You can just say Canada still.
Canada's biggest artist, Bolu Ajibade. And today we're just going to be learning a little bit more about him, his journey, his process, what motivates him, what he's been getting up to these days, you know, and all that fun stuff. So, Bolu, over to you. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Bolu Ajibade. I am an Afrobeat artist currently based in Toronto, Canada. I make amazing music. I just dropped my last project in November last year, going crazy, doing crazy numbers.
Yep.
People all over the world dancing to it. So my question is, why have you not attached yourself to the vibe? You get me? But yeah, in a nutshell, my name is Bolu Ajibade. I make Afrobeat music currently in Toronto, Canada, and yeah, that's like a quick shot.
Quick summary. That's a good one. So now we know where you're based, we know the kind of music you make, and we know what you've put out for us already. And you know it's amazing.
It's not a joke. It's not the regular. It's the one that speaks to you. It's the music that speaks to you, you know?
I tell you, at the end of this episode, I'm hoping that everybody gets to know a little bit more, and actually they can get their phones open and actually go check out your music and stuff.
No, for sure, bro. For sure. Most definitely they will.
No, for sure. So, you know, for lots of artists, right, it's like over time, I think with Afrobeats too, and being in diaspora, and like you're saying, being in Toronto, right, it's also sort of, I guess, difficult sometimes finding a way to connect back, you know, to your roots and figuring out exactly what your starting point is, right? So just trying to figure out for you, right, what was your journey like to determining, hey, Bolu Ajibade is an artist, Bolu Ajibade is an Afrobeats artist, and this is what I want to do, right? So like, would you mind giving us a little bit of introduction about you? Tell us a little bit more about, like, you know, what that journey was like and how you got to this point.
For sure, bro. I always say something. I feel like everybody needs something that makes them feel special.
Definitely.
In order to be able to breathe in this world that we're in, where everybody thinks they're just normal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need that one thing that you know that, this is me, this is what I do, and this is what I'm here to do, or at least it's something that will take me to where I'm meant to be.
Right.
And for me, it was my music. It's always been my music. Since I was in Nigeria, I got attached to music around age 11.
No way.
So we used to have like this environmental sanitation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what that is still, because it seems like you've been out here for too long. But yeah, we used to have this environmental sanitation on Saturdays, and I used to live with my uncles at the time. So basically, what they would do is, anytime we're cleaning and stuff, getting water, like fetching water from the well, tap, whatever,
right,
music will be playing on the TV. Anytime NEPA gives us the opportunity to have light. You know what I'm saying? You get me? So anytime we have the opportunity to have light at the time, music will be playing on the TV screen. And that was where it started speaking to me, and I just felt the energy from it. It was like Beautiful Nubia, it was Fela Kuti, It was Angelique Kidjo, it was just beautiful music that was just always played. So I would just attach myself to it as a young kid at the time.
Right.
And then the greatest came on around that time as well, Wizkid, Davido, Burna. You understand? I'm like, yo, man, if these guys are so young and vibrant, if they can do this, then I most definitely know that I can as well. So yeah, that was really where the inspiration really first came on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And going back to your question about like being in the diaspora, like still how am I able to like do it or attach myself to my roots? My roots has always been, and I thank God for that. That's something that I never missed for 1 second. Because I feel like maybe sometimes some of our brothers and sisters, they might move and they might decide to like let go of their roots.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Just because for some whatever personal reasons or social reasons. But for me, it's always been something that just keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never had a problem connecting back to Mother Africa. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I've always just been an African boy, and that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? Trying to so wherever I go in this world, there's most definitely going to be a Bolu that is making sure that Africa is better in
Of
one way
course.
or another. So
Of
yeah,
course.
bro, that's really where my inspiration started. 11 years old.
That's amazing to hear. I feel like, to even find that originality too. And I think with your music too, it's very profound to like see that, like, yeah, it comes from within, and it's sure that, you actually attached to something that drives you more. And I think in terms of music, right, like, as people say, music is spiritual, like you have to really connect with it, and to find that, like you still have those, or you've been able to maintain your originality, and that's what's driven you this far. It's actually pretty interesting to hear. So, one thing I also want to hear about is like, that moment too. Like, I understand that, having a lot of that music too, and being in that environment where you had that, where they're like influences and people who sort of made that also, like, closer family potentially, that even made that even possible for you, or like,
Like that made
put
it
you
like even like more possible.
exactly.
Bro, honestly, bro, like if we go back to what I said initially, right?
Yeah.
It was that I feel like everybody has that one thing, and
Yeah.
like we all know what that one thing is, unless you just choose to ignore it. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? I chose not to ignore mine. So I didn't come from any musical background. My
Okay.
dad is an engineer. My mom is a PhD holder in like in the university. You know what I'm saying? So she's a doctor. So like I didn't come from like anything musical. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like till I was like 14, 15, like people thought I was mad at home. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally thought I was like crazy because like there's no possible way. Like where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? So who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. It wasn't like I had any inspiration from home. It was something I just built myself by
Okay.
like attaching myself to the right crowd of like musical gods. You know what I'm saying? And then saying, oh shoot, like how did they do this? And I can do this as well. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I never had any lessons, whatever. The closest thing that I could have had to my community or my family
Yeah.
adding to my music was my mom taking me to church and me being in the choir. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That was really the closest. But yeah, apart from that, it was really just God saying like this is what I want you to do and I want you to do it to the best of your ability. And I've just been doing God's work. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, and
Yeah,
that's actually dope to hear. And it's interesting to know that, even when it's so different for like, because for a lot of people it's like, I had family, I had people around me who sort of like pushed me in that direction, some ways. Because even back home, as much as we also have like the typical, like you said, scientist. Your mom is
yeah.
a doctorate
Doctor,
degree
my dad is
holder.
an
No, that's
engineer.
that's
Yeah,
typical family. There's still some of those families where like it's like also part of like their lineage, and that we find that most of the times that's what sort of influences them and makes them actually even more interested. But a lot of the times people got to go rogue to be able to pursue that life, which is kind
bro.
of
Like trust
what.
me, man. I'm part of the rogue guys, man. I'm one of the rogue ones, to be honest. I swear.
And I want to know a little bit more. I want to get some stories too. Like, what was the hardest part about that for you? Because
Hmm.
I know that it's also, like I said, sort of like feeling like an outsider in in some ways, right? Where you just don't feel like I don't fit in, right?
You
Like,
belong.
yeah,
Like yeah.
exactly.
Like wow, you wish you were somebody else,
Right,
right?
exactly. How was that dilemma? Like, how did you get through that?
How did I get through that? Honestly, bro, I'm a very stubborn boy,
Yeah.
man. To be honest, I feel like that's what it is. But I didn't just to, cause I'm kind of like I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So me being cool, I never wanted to like believe that I was stubborn. But like growing older and like just learning some other things, you can be cool and still be stubborn at the same
Fair
time.
enough. Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I'm a person like once I have my mind set on something, bro, like you can't stop me. Like I'd rather go right? And shoot, it's shitty. And then I come back.
Yeah.
I say, oh fuck, oh you were right.
Yeah.
No, while I was wrong.
Exactly.
You know, I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, it's just always been like that stubborn boy, but like anything that has to do with my music, like really, I don't play with it. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of anything.
Of
Like,
course.
so I just, and I think I let my people see that, and they were like, okay, it's not about the lifestyle. It's not about the drinking, the smoking, or the girls or whatever. There's actually something more
Right.
to it for me.
Of
You
course.
get what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's just that stigma that like Nigerians or Africans really have on like artists, and
Yeah.
it's like we're just like loud, unfocused.
Right.
And the truth is, when you enter like the industry, entertainment industry, you actually realize that it's really nothing of all that.
Of
Like
course.
there's so much hard work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That has to be put in
Exactly.
for you to even like think that of those people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it's just been me being stubborn and really knowing what I want to do, and me just breaking any stigma or any stress that like my family might have wanted to impose on me because of what I chose to do
Of
with my
course.
life
Of course.
daily.
Yeah.
So if there's no particular experience where it was all the same thing, and I used to win a lot of musical competitions back
Oh
home
yeah.
in Nigeria. So like yeah, bro. So like I don't know if you know this channel, like NTA came to my school, BCOS, another local channel came to my
And was
school,
this
and
in
they
high
did like
school, or was this
yeah,
This is in
yeah,
high school.
high school,
Okay.
bro. High school. I was in the first one was when I was in GSS one.
Okay.
The second
No
one was
way.
when I was in GSS two, and then the last one I believe I was in SS one. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I used to win a lot of musical competitions back home,
No
like
way.
singing competitions. I'm an entertainer. You get what I'm saying? Like once the music goes on, I know how to like get your
You got to put
attention.
out a show.
So yeah, exactly. I always won all those things, and my mom always kept she still has, she's bless her soul, man. She still has all of the certificates with her. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was me being first in class.
Yeah.
Like I was never like yeah, but like that was mine. Like I was like yeah,
This is
is
something
my
you
shit.
own. This
Yeah,
is
but like
something that you actually can. This is natural to you.
can be great, and this yeah, it's not. I don't have to stress.
Exactly. That's dope. And it's also good to really hear, the piece you mentioned about discipline or about even hard work too. I think that like you said, the stereotypes with the music industry, especially the Nigerian music industry, oh yeah, you're wayward and all of those things for you to like decide to know
Whatever,
like all of
yeah.
those things. But the truth is that a lot of the times what people actually need is nurturing and support and the right structure, in some ways, which I feel like, we don't have a lot back home in terms of even supporting talents like that. It's like, okay, academia is like, yeah, it's important as well too, right? But how do you nurture natural talents that people have that, because everybody has their own path, and that's the honest truth. Like, not everybody is going to want to,
He's gonna go
it's the
thing.
same thing exactly, right? Every kid, I think, in general, has a unique identity, unique path. And having somebody or people around who actually recognize that and see it is important. But also, one thing we always, I guess, sometimes forget to is that I guess our parents also have entirely different backgrounds and experiences, and that informs how they see the world too. So in a way, it's obviously important to see it that way too. But obviously, knowing that in the future, these are things that I guess need to change and could be a little bit better too. But yeah, so that's actually pretty cool to hear, and it's impressive you actually had singing competitions you could win. I don't think I would have done good.
No, bro. Like, no, bro. Like every man has his
That's
strengths.
true.
Every man has his weakness.
Of course.
So like, with your flanger, I'm sure like there's a lot of things that you're great at.
See, we did try our side.
Nah, bro. All of us will try, man, until we reach.
Of course,
bro.
man.
Try until we
Of
reach.
course. So I'm curious, like, what was the highlight of this journey? And it's actually pretty impressive. You talked about the awards. You talked about like the process for you through high school, for instance, right? But was there like that moment where you were like, you know what? I know obviously you had all these support, like you were going after it, right? But was there a moment where where you said to yourself, you know what, this is something I actually want to do. Like, I'm certain this is it. Like, I'm going to actually do this full time. was there like a specific moment, like I don't know, like an aha moment or something that you're like, yeah, you know what, this is it for me. Like,
If I remember, bro,
yeah.
vividly, I swear it was when I was seated in my living room and I was watching Wizkid's All Out Your Body.
Hey, for real.
The first day when it came
Yeah.
out, the video, I was literally watching it and I was like, yeah, this is me, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
that's dope.
And that was really where it was. Yeah.
That's dope.
I was literally watching my God Wizkid, small G, obviously. I was literally watching the music God Wizkid, and I was like, yeah, bro, this is lovely, man. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So that was really it. Apart from like other like things that must have added to that, or even him before that, right? Like that was really a moment for me that I can't
Yeah,
forget. I know that like I was watching All Out Your and I was like, yeah,
this is it.
I can do
Oh
this.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
dope. And I think I think Wizkid came at a time where I think the music industry sort of needed that. People needed that.
Bro,
Young
trust
people
me, and,
needed
and that's
that.
why and that's why Wizkid is and that's why Wizkid is not never ever gonna stop being
Of
the GOAT.
course,
Like you just
of
can't
course.
take the timing, the talent, the hard
Yep.
work. You can't take it away, bro. You can't take it away. That's why it's going to always be one of the greatest to ever live. Like big ups to all the other greats as well, but like at that point in time, bro, like no fam, don't play. And obviously Davido was also in
Exactly.
at
Right.
that time as
Right.
well, like pushing crazy. So I don't know, man, come on,
Nah.
don't play,
And
don't
nah,
play.
it's important, and I think like you're one of those people too at this point leading this new phase. You're like one of the new faces that we're getting to see that will take Afrobeats to the next point. And it's nice to sort of see that, and I'm hoping that in the same way too, some kid will look at your videos, some kid will look at your content and be like, you know what, hey, this is this is it, exactly, and feel strongly and confident that they can actually do it too. And I think it's also nice to know that there were those influences, even apart from the older guys, the OGs who, had their own successes, but seeing people as young as us, even back then, or even probably, yeah, like a little bit older than us back then, who were able to like show us and say, hey, like this is a path that is actually feasible. Of course, like I would say, like the Nigerian music industry itself has done a lot of restructuring. There's a little bit more support and structure for artists now to like thrive, even though that was not back there. That was not a lot of that was not back
Bro,
there.
there's still a lot of
Exactly, that
things
needs
that
to be
needs
done,
to be
of
done, to be
course.
honest. But
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yeah. But at least now
Right,
it's
it is a
better
lot better.
than
Exactly,
was back
exactly.
then.
Because I feel like a lot of the time too for artists, that was one of the biggest fears too. Is like, well, when I get to that point, am I gonna be able to actually get the needed support to thrive?
Trust me, man still needs that.
Exactly.
Man still think like
Yep.
that, bro. Like I feel like there could be an argument about that. Like to be honest, like is it easier now or is it worse? You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, trust me, we don't even want to go into that
Exactly. I
argument,
feel
but like,
you.
trust me, because like,
I feel you.
it's
It's a
crazy,
tough one too because,
crazy.
like you said, even though the times have changed to more things have made things more complex, right? So even if there are some areas, that could be slightly better, who can say, okay, these areas have probably improved a little bit, maybe distribution and things like that. Okay, slightly
Yeah,
better.
but like, what about these
Exactly. Yeah.
areas? And like, there's this people that would not let these people in.
Exactly.
Only these people that whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, honestly, to be honest, especially with social media, like, it's really giving like people an opportunity to like actually do
Of
your own shit
course.
and not
Of
like
course.
rely on anybody or like expect anything from
Right.
anybody. So yeah, bro, like if you can get your socials together and like you can like really build your
Yeah.
content, then everybody will fall because they don't have a choice.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like no, 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 no. Like it's a great time to be here, bro.
Definitely,
I'm excited
definitely.
to be
It's an
here.
exciting time. It's an exciting time. And so now
Mhm.
the next thing I wanted to find out a little bit more about is that first song you wrote. What was that track like? And when was it like, okay, what, I'm gonna put my pen down and put something together? Like, when were you sure?
But the funny thing is that like I am not like now that I'm
Yeah,
thinking about it. Oh, actually, I wrote that track. I wrote that track. Yeah, I put pen
yeah.
to paper because right now I don't really put pen
Ah,
to paper. Not that I freestyle a
no
lot,
way.
but I'm more of like just I'm more of I
Mm-hmm.
deliver. You get what I'm saying? So I'm more of the guy that would stay in the studio for hours, like hours. So I would just like whatever the beat wants me to do, right? I would put that into
Okay.
it, right? And then um I would then find words that create my storyline around it and then I would then deliver into it
Oh wow.
properly. Yeah, so most times I don't really write. I'm not more of the because another thing is like I don't like writing because anytime I read from what I write just to deliver on the mic, it's like I'm
It doesn't
reading
feel
and I don't
natural.
feel that emotion that I want exactly. So I'm of the guy that I'll do like a full song, like just read them or put words into while I'm making the song, and then I'll press stop, go back to the first 5 lines. What am I really
Uh-huh.
saying here? And then
Just keeps
it just
flowing.
keeps going. But the first song that I put pen to paper, I think I was in GSS 2.
Huh?
Um, so after
Uh-huh.
school, yeah, bro. So after school, like I had this senior, I think it was in SS2. He had his studio setup. I promise you, it was horrible. It was a horrible setup. It was a horrible setup. I promise you. But like, still, it was something that if you recorded, you hear it. So, so cool, cool. So I wrote this song called "Gra
Uh.
Gra," and I cannot forget that chorus. I
Can
still
we can
like,
we get a little bit of
I
what
still
it
remember,
was?
bro. No day do me gra gra, my happy day do me gra gra. No day do me gra gra. You're my dream girl, bro. I love it. Fam, look at me hyping the girls up with this song the whole
Nah.
time, and I can't forget, bro. So yeah, but that was the first song that I ever put that I actually ever
Yeah.
wrote, and we just kept
Did
going.
your mates think it was hard back then?
Bro, we loved bro, we loved that track, fam. Don't play, bro. Don't play. I could call one of my
No
guys
way.
now. We sing this shit for you. That's it. The funny thing is that he has a better
Uh-huh.
memory because like he can even remember the verse and shit. I'm like,
Nah.
bro, ease up, fam.
Nah.
like ease
Nah,
up,
but it's
bro.
folks like that are dope though. At least like even down the line you can always like remember those people back then.
Bro, trust
It's
me,
so
bro. It's
important to have those
crazy, bro. Like,
connections. It's so important.
all those moments are
Of
so precious,
course.
bro. They're so
Of
precious,
course.
bro. Like that's why now I don't take advantage. I don't take advantage of. I take advantage of every moment
Definitely.
basically, and I don't take it for granted basically because like they all mean something. Like the good times, the horrible times, bro. They all mean
Yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? And like if you take advantage of it and don't disregard it for nothing, So like that's how I live,
That's
bro,
dope.
Because like imagine if I never had that moment where I was writing such a song that I thought was nice at the time, but was horrible. That is horrible to me now. It's still it's cute though, but like it's
Yeah.
horrible to me now. But like if I never had that, maybe there'll never be me now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, I'm excited though. I'm thankful.
That's super dope to hear. And now I think it's actually pretty cool to hear also, everyone sort of has that little journey or little process where it's like, okay, you know what? Hey, I'm just gonna try to write this out, like probably just naturally and easily as you did, right? I'm also curious, like, so you described a little bit of your process just, like about how you also write. You don't necessarily write as much these days, right? But what sets you, like,
Hmm.
how do you draw inspiration for like music, like these days? And even over time, like, how has that evolved for you? Because I guess even the moment where you like, before you even like say, you know what, I'm going to hit the studio or I'm going to, like, this is the day I'm going to record something. Like, what usually drives you to that
Hmm.
point where you're like, this is it?
I did smoking, bro. I did smoking, bro. Nah, bro, I'm kidding, bro. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Sure.
I actually can't smoke and be.
I'm
No, I'm
messing.
actually,
I'm
I'm
messing
actually
with
very serious.
you.
I can't smoke and be. I don't smoke
Yeah.
and work. I can't do it because like it just doesn't work with me. I actually envy
But
people that like can.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, fam, how are you? Like, no, I'm not even playing, but because like, bro, I'm in the studio and I'm in
Yeah.
different studios and different people have different
Yeah.
energies that of smokers. And you know the funny thing, in every studio there's always like a stone smoker. You know what I'm saying? And you know the funny thing
Yeah.
about that guy, he makes music like he can
Right.
function.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With me, bro, I know myself, bro. Like, and I don't fight myself at
Mm-hmm.
all. I make music clear headed, just like my inspirations really are just life, bro. Life is my inspiration. My experiences, inspiration from
Yeah.
other music, from the greats. You know what I'm saying? But mostly just like my experiences, what I live is what I put into the music because I feel like if anything, there's one person that can learn,
Yeah.
heal, or just feel the music, and that's really what I do every time. I just sing
That's
from
dope
it.
to hear.
That's why that's why I try to go out as much as possible, because I need to see people. I need to meet people like you, excited, happy people, so that I can do other things, and then I can experience more and have more armor with the.
That's
with the
dope.
music,
It's actually nice to hear that, you're able to feed off of people's energies, and like, just you draw inspiration from multiple things too. I think as an artist too, that's the most important thing, is like keeping your head clear and being able to, be around the right type of energy to help you, like through that process, and make sure that you're putting out, I guess, the most authentic self, your most authentic self, at every point, at every point in time. That's awesome to hear. In terms of, like, because you're very versatile. That's one thing I've noticed. You rap, like you sing, like, bro, you do everything, But what would you say is the easiest path for you? Not not maybe not easy, I would say, but probably like the path that you find that is just more natural to you. Like, which do you just, I guess, resonate with a little bit more?
Resonate with the most would be Afrobeats, to be honest, bro. Like, it'd be like the drums, the saxophone, the guitars, the lead guitars, the bass guitars, the congas. That's really what the sound that really, it just is like easy, bro. Like easy, you know what I'm saying? And then Afrobeat is the umbrella, right? And then there's like Afro pop, Afro fusion, whatever that goes into that. So Afrobeat for me is like any day, like while I'm sleeping, waking up, I don't care. While I'm tired, I don't care. Bro. Afrobeat is me. I'm Afrobeat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's the easiest for me. And then there's obviously other things that I have to learn, have to listen to other people, and then understand their cadences and etc. But like Afrobeat for me,
that's dope to hear. And so you talked about energies and people now, in terms of like, and obviously inspiration from back then. I still feel like probably those same people are like, you still draw inspiration from the music, like Wizkid, for instance, right? But are there specific artists that you listen to, like when you're like, okay, you know what, I need a little bit more of something, there's something I'm missing, some more inspiration, exactly, right? That, just helps you finish it, if that's...
Like when I listen to everybody, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I listen to everybody, to be honest. Like regardless, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. I listen to your music. You get what I'm saying? I listen to rap music from Jay-Z to Lil Yachty. I don't care. Like I listen to Kendrick. I listen to Kendrick, I listen to J. Cole, but I listen to everybody. Like if you make music and it comes across my page, I'll give myself the opportunity to understand where your sound comes from. Like what are you seeing? What makes this music you? Or what made you make this music? So basically, to answer your question, bro, my playlist is very versatile. Like people, like I can't play my liked songs on Spotify. I can't play it in like on a road trip, because people are gonna trip hard. Because like it's like, fam, I'll be going from Burna Boy to like some 80s song. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't care, bro. Bro, let me go to my. Let me show you something quickly, so that you can understand what I'm saying. Literally right now, the last 10 songs on my liked songs, I have 2 songs from Future's new album. I have something from Minnie Riperton. Do you know who Minnie Riperton is? She's a legend from like, let me see when Minnie Riperton is a legend from. I'm trying to see what year this was released though. 1979. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but like my playlist is like ridiculous, and then I have Buzz, and then I have Whooped It. CJ's Whooped It. Imagine, bro, like you get me, like. And
so what we've understood now is that we can't give you the aux if we just want to listen to one type of music.
Nah, bro. No, I mean I know where to go to find whatever you're looking for, right? But like if you're just saying like what I would hear in my earpiece, like let's say I'm on the bus right now, like you could be hearing Whoopty, and then you just start hearing gospel, in my same headset. Like, it's crazy, bro.
No, but it's
Crazy,
dope.
bro.
I feel like, yeah, as an artist, I feel like it's good to have that vast, interest in music. It shouldn't just be like one specific thing only, because yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can draw inspiration from any type of music, and it might just be, yeah, from anywhere really, right? So that's important to know. That's important to know. For someone who's, I feel like you've definitely grown quite a bit, right? Through your own journey, like I would say personally in terms of your music and that transition, right? Was there a pivotal moment for you, like when you were like, you know what, I've just like, what was that point where you're like, you know what, I've stepped away from maybe being an amateur in some ways, right? In terms of like the music, you're like, you know what, this is ready for consumption. People can take, yeah, exactly, like,
Consumption.
people can take this and it's ready. Like, where did you say food is ready?
I feel like if I was
Uh-huh.
waiting for that moment to come, I
Hey,
wouldn't be here
good.
chatting to you right now. You get what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like if I was waiting for that moment to come, I would not be
Hmm.
talking to you right now, bro. I feel like there's always going to be that feeling where you like
Right.
it's not good enough, or like you're
Yeah.
just not confident. You
Right.
just have
Right.
some doubt. You get what I'm saying? But honestly, the more you do it, then the more you feel more confident, and then the self doubt
Diminishing.
just keeps going
Right.
diminishing. Exactly. So for me, it was just a lot of errors, bro. It was a lot of errors, and just the choice to like say, you know what, like I don't know
You
if
could
I
go
can
ahead.
swear on here, but F it.
Yeah.
You guys say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just saying like fuck it, like I'll
Yeah.
just drop it. I don't care. But I believe in the sound though. You get what I'm saying? It's not like
For
it's
sure.
not something I believe in. I believe in a law. You get what I'm saying? It's just like I'm scared to know what I
Right.
would get from it,
That's
like
true.
how what people would think. You know what I'm saying? But the moment you just choose to say, you know, fuck it, if you believe in it, maybe one more person will. You know what I'm saying? And then you just keep going, and I feel like it just keeps growing. So yeah, bro, there was never that moment for me where I felt like, oh, I'm like the best right now. I just felt like, you know what, if you can't, um, there's a saying that I gravitate towards a lot. It's if you can't do something, what is what doing well is
Right.
what doing badly if you
Right.
don't know how to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you
It's
don't know
okay
how
to
to do
fail.
something, do it badly. At the end of the day,
That's true.
you just keep going. But yeah, bro, like and this was like four, 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Till now that I know that like I can go into any studio and I would sing, create
Yeah.
music at my
Right.
pace, at my own pace. You know what I'm saying? Music that would be heard tomorrow, next tomorrow, because like it's love, it's me that I put into it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, like I feel like if I never just give myself that opportunity though, I wouldn't be here where now I feel like confident in
Exactly.
my
That's
work.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but there was not that. There wasn't that moment. Like the
Exactly.
moment is now.
And I think that's a
You know what I'm
teachable.
saying?
It's teachable for a lot of people too, because even I think for everyone, even me, to be honest, because a lot of the times, right, like we're waiting for perfection. We're waiting for to have everything in order before we make that move. Where like I was saying too, and why I asked that question is because a lot of the times too, like artists sometimes don't necessarily have that confidence, like you were saying, right? To just put it out there at the time. They're like, you know what,
Yeah, bro.
this is not good enough. I'm not sure. I think it needs a little bit more. I think it needs something more. Like there's something missing, like
Yeah,
at all
bro. Like
times. And it's
yeah,
like, it's so much
yeah,
self doubt, and you keep yourself sort of like at the same point. You find that you're not making any progress, you're not moving, right? But it's just important to just take risks, put it out there, do whatever you can, to just make sure that people are actually hearing what you're putting out, and you learn from it pretty much.
yeah, yeah, bro. And honestly, just to make a difference, there's a difference between
Right.
self doubt and knowing what
That's true.
you are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's like, okay, I'm trying to make a song
Yeah.
and I feel like
Right.
it's not good enough. Not because
Exactly.
I'm
Right.
doubting
Right.
how good that song is, but because I know that I need something, but I'm not gonna
Exactly.
stress it right
Right.
now. I'll push it to the side.
Yes.
I'll listen to it later. There's that, and there's
Right.
bro. This song is beautiful,
Scared
but you're
about
just
like
so scared of like
that's true.
what people might think about the song. So like,
Of
just wanted
course.
to like put that
Confused,
out so
confused.
that people don't
Oh,
people
definitely,
recognize the
definitely. It's
difference.
the journey of an artist. I feel like is a very difficult one. It's a very complex one. It's like I feel like it's just this internal dilemma, like all the time. so much going on
Bro,
in your
trust
head.
me, bro. There's nothing easy,
At
bro. Like
all. That's
life's
true.
not
That's
easy,
true. You
bro.
just got to make your peace with what you know with things and do what you can.
Bro,
Yeah.
choose your hard, bro. Choose your hard, bro. I feel like life is like a game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there, and then like
Yeah.
when you're trying to play a game, and then they say choose your
Yeah.
difficulty. You know what I'm saying? Life only has
Yeah. Yep.
one option, hard. You know what I'm saying? But now when you choose the hard, it's not like
That's true.
there's so many options. There is
Yeah.
the hard poor, there's the hard rich, there's the
Yeah.
hard influential, there's the hard
Yeah.
foolish. There's so many hards, you know what I'm saying? So you just have to choose the one
Exactly.
that you feel
Right.
like you can live
That's true.
with.
Because
You know what I'm
regardless of the
saying?
path you choose, right? Good, bad, whichever one, there is just a.
I promise you, bro. I promise you, there's going to be
That's
those hard
true.
times. You can't run away
That's
from
true.
it. Like,
You know,
trust me.
and that's the thing. I feel like it's
Trust me.
impossible, and that's something to just accept, knowing that things are going to be hard, things are going to be difficult. Just do what you can.
Bro, things have been hard.
Yeah,
Things
things will
are
be
hard.
hard.
Things will be
True.
hard. You know what I'm
True.
saying, bro? I was listening to something again today. It was saying, don't pray for better times.
Hmm.
Pray for better you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like because like if you're praying for better time, it's kind of like something that it's not.
Right.
Yes, it's possible, but like really, what makes a better time is not really
Yes.
the time.
Right.
The time has always been the time. It's really how
Exactly.
you
The mindset.
react to the
Right.
time, who you are
Right.
at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's really that. So yeah, but like it's going to be hard. I'm not surprised. I'm just praying that I get to a point where I'm able to like maneuver the tough times and make it better for people around
And
me.
yeah, I definitely
It,
agree with that. And I think like with life and with everything that gets thrown at us, in the end, it's just how well you take it and how much you learn from it too in that process too. That obviously makes that better you,
trust me,
eventually.
bro.
That's definitely important. And speaking of, I guess, difficult times and hard times, right? What would you say has been one of the hardest moments, for you in this journey? Like the most difficult ones, I would say, like, in terms of if you don't mind sharing, like, yeah, like one moment where, maybe if it was self-doubt, whatever it was, but was just very difficult for you and you weren't sure if maybe, this was something you wanted to keep going with.
No, but
Yeah.
trust me, I understand, bro. Honestly, bro, I've never had that moment, bro. Like I've never had. I feel like it's kind of
Hmm.
like how my brain is wired,
Wow.
bro. I've never had that moment where I'm like, oh shit, like maybe I should stop this. You know what I'm saying? Like never. I've just always thought about it like, okay, what's the next best way
Yes.
to make this work? You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't happen, cool. You know what I'm saying? No anger. I mean, human might
Right.
just take a break for like a day. You know what I'm saying? But then after the break, like it's like, what's the next best step? You know what I'm saying? No stresses at all, bro. I've never, and I'm not saying this out of like being motivational or nothing. It's just something. Nah, okay, this one no work. This person no reply.
On to the next
Fine.
one. Yeah.
Let's keep on moving. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No stress at all, man. I've never had like a feeling where like oh something would just and I'm grateful for this. I'm not
Yeah.
saying this out of like pride or nothing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm very grateful that like, I feel like God will always give you something that you can handle. Huh? So like I've never had that feeling. And I promise
Yeah.
you, a lot of crazy shit has happened. You know what I'm saying? People not coming through, people not like, people promising
Yeah.
and failing, etc. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, man, it's just part of the process. Like, it will
That's
be
true.
better. Like, keep
Keep
going, bro. You
going.
know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that's a
Trust me, your time is coming, bro. Like, there's no stress about it. And Burna Boy is like one person that like we're all
yeah.
screaming Burna Boy now. You know what I'm saying? But like, fam, Burna Boy has been doing his
Exactly.
thing for
Yep.
years. Don't play. Don't play. It's been
And he is
great.
exactly
The music
consistent,
has been,
consistent all through.
bro. He's been
Exactly.
consistent and great for years. When he dropped an album, people said the album sucked. I remember it was the album. I
Was it
forgot. I can't
Redemption
remember
or
the name of the album. It was the. Bro, I
Life?
can actually. It was the one that had Wizkid and then they sang this song that people didn't like. It was Oh, it wasn't Life. Life was awesome, bro. No, it wasn't Life, bro. But honestly, again, this is me, right? Bro, it was on the spaceship,
Yeah.
bro. Honestly, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just people. It was people around me. People didn't like the album around me.
Yeah.
Me, I actually thought it was nice, man. But like I feel like people were, at that time whiskey was really, really hot, right? And they were expecting like something mad from their collaboration. And the song was single, yeah. Make an accuse jingle.
People were like, yeah.
So, yeah. So like I feel like
Yeah.
but honestly me I liked it. But my point is I feel like life is just filled with like you see how
Yeah.
you're laughing about things like this, but that's how I laugh when things don't go the best for
Yeah.
me. Like I'm not even joking, like I literally laugh at myself when they're actually hilarious, you know what I'm saying? Because you do all this crazy shit, make all these
Yeah.
crazy plans to make this
That's
work,
just
and it didn't work.
exactly.
That's calm still, like you know,
Yeah.
it's nothing to take personally, bro. Like
And
you
that's
can't
just
take
life
it
too.
personally, bro. So yeah, bro. Back to the question.
That's
Never,
a dope one to hear, man.
never,
That's a
bro.
dope one to hear. And I think what we're going to take out of that one is
Yeah, bro.
keep going. Regardless, just keep going. You know,
Keep
it's
going, bro.
important.
Keep
It's
going. That's the
important.
motto, bro.
It's
Keep
important.
going, bro.
I would say so. In
Like,
terms of music, what is your sort of like in terms of, let's say, your top five? I'm curious to know what's on your top five list these days. And then I'm gonna ask you, and this is devoid of Bolu because Bolu is still number one at the top. But I'm just curious, what are your top five jams right now? Yeah.
jams right now. Top 5 jams right now, bro. Bro, that's crazy. But I mean, like, apart from the songs that I have
Yeah.
unreleased that are mad crazy, then it would be, bro, man. Like, I listen to a lot of songs, bro. But like, honestly, I'd say like
Mm,
Ashake has been like on my mind recently,
yeah.
like with the Songba,
Quick,
obviously
quick,
Kweko as well,
right,
Kweko the
right, right.
Traveler, because I love Black Sharif as well. So yeah, but honestly, I don't have like a long
Yeah.
list. I love music, bro, and I listen to a lot of it. So I can't give you like a top five. But right now, I listen the last few days. The music that I've listened to quite a lot is some
Ooh.
Bolu unreleased, Ashake.
Yeah.
Black Bones is an awesome artist, man.
I know. I
I don't know
know.
if
I
people know
know.
that, but like Black Bones is an awesome mother fucking artist. So yeah, Black Bones, Quavo the Traveler, and also Ashake's song by is also really nice.
The new track you put out is actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. And like we're talking about like the face of, I guess, Afrobeats right now too, is like seeing so much versatility and I guess variety in terms of the music too, right? Like the sounds, the artists themselves, like everybody's so creative, it's like it's good to see. It's like and it's good to see a lot of
Yeah,
that
bro.
potential not sort of like going to waste in some ways. It's like seeing that people are able to identify them too. And in terms of even all of these artists, there's some independent artists who've also like been able to like make it work and figure it out. And that kind of brings me to my next question, which is like for you, right, as an independent artist, what has been the hardest part of being independent or just being an artist in general? Like for you, what has been the biggest challenge that you've had?
I mean, apart from finances, which is like basic, right? Like not having enough money to do as
Right.
much things as you would like to do. It would just be like really
Yeah.
breaking into the market, really like really breaking into the market, like having like people
Of course.
gravitate towards your sound. You know what I'm saying? Everything I've had um has been
Yeah.
organic. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I have right now has happened organically, like nothing
Right.
like
Right.
bought or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like just gets into that bigger crowd that
Right.
I really need to listen to the music has just been a bit of it's kind of like an everyday goal. Like okay, this is the goal, the huge goal. That's the umbrella. Like reaching that point, and every
Of
day
course.
it's just like
Of course.
how do I get there? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Like that's what I'd say is really the the biggest to be honest. Apart from that, like the music is,
Right.
I'm grateful. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? The music is easy. It's stress free. Um, and yeah, bro. So I'll just say like connecting to that bigger crowd, that bigger cloud is.
And like you said, right, fortunately too, yes, like you said, fortunately, like the music piece or the process is like it's usually more straightforward. Marketing is where it's a pain, and
Mhm.
And like
exactly,
marketing
bro.
and getting
That's
out
the
there,
word,
it's
bro.
difficult. And like I was saying, like even on the previous episode, like sometimes we get so worried about the the scale and how much like these other artists also are able to push, but we also forget how much backing and support that they have, to be able to push for that too. So I think as an independent artist, like you do a great job in terms of self promotion, in terms of like the different platforms, but just utilizing them as much as you can, and
Appreciate that,
that's
bro.
like impressive to see. So I think that's even something that a lot of other artists too can also
Appreciate that, bro.
pick from, is that that exactly. Like, just make sure that you're really exposed, putting yourself out there, as much as you can be, and try what you can.
Bro,
Exactly.
have to
Make sure people
every day, bro, every
know.
day. Don't get tired of
Exactly.
that. You can't get
Exactly.
tired of that. You
But,
can't get tired of that.
music itself, in itself, is, I would say, very exciting. It's just it is challenging, it is definitely challenging. It's definitely
Yeah, bro. Like,
challenging.
trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Because like the music pushes itself at times, but then you need to be around where it's even being pushed to be able to get them to really then
Right.
push you and the music at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So now, if the music is
Right.
pushing itself and then you don't have enough resources to be around where it's been pushed and
Yeah.
be able to push yourself and the music at the same time,
Yeah.
then it's like a bit difficult, you know what I'm saying? But
Of
yeah, but you
course.
just have to like keep planning, keep praying, and
Definitely.
keep
Definitely.
progressing, you
In
know what I'm
terms
saying?
of like, have you ever considered like, okay, maybe a move back home would be ideal for me? What, like, in terms of, because I feel like there's that, diaspora, and then there's, back home. And exactly as well, right? Like, is that something you've considered, like, as an artist, like, I need to be, have you ever felt like that? Like, you need to like go back home to like, to do that? Yeah.
Honestly, people have told me that like a lot of times. I will be by God's grace, I will be
Hey.
in Nigeria this year, right? But like, yeah, bro. So like, but like moving like
Yes.
completely, like just going there completely, I don't know because like until I go there and then I see
Say for
what the
sure if
energy
that's
is like,
something.
then I can then say for sure, right? But right now, based off of my mindset of the industry and what I know, I don't really think it's like, oh my God, you have to like be in
Yes.
Nigeria because not really being in Nigeria. It's really
Fair
being
enough.
able to like sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? To Nigeria and the world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it's not like, oh, when you're in Nigeria, then somebody will come and knock on your door and
Yeah.
say, okay, do you have the song ready? Okay, we'll help you blow this song for
Yeah,
you.
I
And
agree.
you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So since it's not like that, bro, I bet you day off. If
Yeah.
the song's already okay, this one will blow today now.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So since it's not like that, right? Until I go back, then I can know what
Agreed.
why
Agreed.
I really need
Agreed.
to be back home. You know what I'm saying? But like, obviously there are perks
Of course.
and there's cons and pros, right? There's pros and cons, right? So I mean,
Yes.
like you get to meet people more. You get to like build a more connection because right now if I reach out to people it's like, oh, this Canadian guys, oh bro, they see the
Yeah.
number, it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
money. You know what I'm saying? So when
Exactly.
I go back I would know for sure if I have to
Agreed.
stay there longer than
Agreed. That makes sense. That makes sense. And I think even that journey too is like you said, it's going to be an explorative phase. You're just going to go check it out, see what it feels like, and then decide for yourself
yeah,
whether it's
bro.
something you need to. Exactly. Yeah, because I think I guess in my mind, it's like whenever family or anyone tells me, yeah, you got to go back home too. I'm like, okay, I think I should have a plan for why I'm going back home and sort of an expectation, know what I want to go there for, beforehand.
Yeah,
And then it's like worthwhile during that period. And I know exactly what I'm looking for. I think it's definitely good. And I think it's nice that you have that in mind as well in terms of what that journey is going to look like. We're going to just go Nigeria, your money could just finish.
yeah, bro.
What of nonsense. You know how it
Bro,
is.
trust me, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy,
Nah,
bro. It's crazy out
for
there,
real,
bro.
man.
It's not a joke.
But yeah, so now onto the exciting piece of this, I guess, segment of this episode is Stranger EP. How did you put that together? Like, can you tell us a little bit more
Yes,
about that
yeah.
EP? What you thought, like, how did you even come up with the collaborations? Like, how did you know this was what you needed to make that, compilation perfect? Or like, just, yeah, to put it together, like, tell us a little bit of a story about that one.
Bro, man, that's a good question, man. How did I know? The answer to that is I didn't know, bro. I didn't know, bro. I just, but I just did my thing, and God knows
Of
that I
course.
did my best and more for the project. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's really what I do every day. I have a plan, I put in my best, try to put in
Of
more
course.
than my best, and I just leave it to God. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but Stranger was birthed from me. I've always wanted to do a project. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I've always wanted to give people a body of work to so that I can
Yes.
prove to myself that I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And that was what Stranger was. Even from the name, it's just more of like an introduction to who Bolu Ajibade is and my sound Afrobeat to the world at the same time. You know? So
Okay.
that was where Stranger came from. The collaborations really came from this is where you need to go to Nigeria. So you're right. So yeah, maybe not stay in
Right.
Nigeria,
Right.
but like go to Nigeria for sure. It's it came from
Okay.
really my manager reaching out to the artists, sending them the music, and then they loved it, and then they just
Right.
sent their verse back. Really, that was what it was. Same thing with
Mm-hmm.
the
Right.
Benson, Buju
Right.
Benson, and then same thing with Mins as well. And then obviously like my artists here in Canada that I chose to give that I chose to give the music to here as well. So yeah, bro, that was really what it was. It was just like
That's dope
organic
to hear,
energy,
man.
bro. It was really just organic energy. Cause like
Yeah.
it wasn't like nothing was forced. It wasn't like I was stressing on like nah. If I sent it to somebody they didn't really feel it, I understand. I respect because people send me music as well, and I don't really feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not then like the music is bad or the music is
It
not
just
good or
exactly it differs
nah.
for everybody.
Like it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, of course. It's a process, right? And that's the thing. And it's nice that, like I love how it all came together. I love how it all came together in terms of, the material, in terms of even the sequence and the features I feel like are perfect, to be honest. I love Mins as an artist and I think, Benson as well is a man, like, and it's been ages and I feel like it's so many people who actually coming up these days too, or who are becoming more, I guess present, or people are getting to see them a little bit more, but the journeys are obviously, it's been a long time, like you said. So it's been,
It's been crazy. It's not yesterday,
but like you
bro.
said, right? It's
It
everyone's
wasn't
time
yesterday,
is
bro.
their time, and nothing changes. With that stuff, it's like when it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen, pretty much. You know,
Okay.
exactly. But yes, so
Trust me.
this is just going to be the last
Trust
piece.
me, bro.
I'm just curious about, like, this is just going to be X on the side. Actually, why did you choose to go with your actual name, your government, as your name? Is there a reason?
Funny enough, bro, that's not my government name, to be honest. But people, it's not my government name. I mean, like, it has a lot of. I understand why people might think it's my government name, but like, if you see my passport,
I've been talking to
It's not
Bulu
my
and I'm
government
talking to
name.
somebody else, a stranger, basically.
Yeah, bro. Like, no, no, trust me, you've been talking to a stranger, because like, um,
Okay, okay.
Bolu is the name my mom gave me. Actually, you know what I'm saying? It's my I don't. It's not even my middle name. It's just like my
Uh
extra
huh.
name, like
Yeah.
the name that I just lingered. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny that that lingering
Aha.
name became the main name now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like something that would have people would have thought would have just been.
Okay.
And I'm saying that's really what I am now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that was where that name came from. It just came from me trying to be original because I tried a couple. I tried trying calling myself a couple things, but it wasn't just
Okay.
ringing. I didn't believe in them. You know, I believe in Bolu Ajibade though a lot.
That was
You
the
know what I'm
most
saying? So that
natural.
was why I was like, yeah, that's what I am. So it came from I tried Young Lad. I tried I think that try Star Kingpin or something like that. Like bro, some weird shit, bro. But then I was just like, fuck it, man.
And I love it
I
because it
am
just sounds
Bolu Ajibade.
natural and it just
You know what I'm
sounds
saying?
like you. And maybe it's also because I guess at this point I'm used to you and like attaching you to the music too. So maybe it's just at this point, but it just
Exactly,
seems
bro.
like,
Like,
it
yeah,
just matches,
yeah,
it just fits
yeah,
right.
bro.
So no, that's perfect. It just matches, it just fits
I'm
right.
Bolu
So no, that's
Ajibade, bro.
perfect. That's perfect. And finally, the last thing. So I've been trying to do this little game of overrated versus underrated. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna name a few things, and then you let me know and why you think they're underrated or overrated.
Okay, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's go,
So
bro.
first things first is the one that everybody there's always problem with this one, jollof rice. Underrated or overrated?
Oh man, jollof rice is underrated. Jollof rice is jollof rice has
Jollof
been
rice with
saving
honey
people since
Johnson's.
1959. Jollof rice has been saving souls since 1959. And you're here telling me if it's overrated. Nah, bro. It's underrated, bro.
Fair
Underrated, bro.
enough, fair enough. So okay, what's your go-to Naija meal? Like when
Bro,
you're trying to get like
you already
something back
told me now. If I'm
home?
trying to just save myself, save my time, save everything, jollof rice is like my guy, man.
Jollof rice the go-to.
Been begging my
Okay,
mom
nah,
to even
that's
make me
settled.
some. To be honest, I actually go upstairs and go and beg her again because I'm hungry. So don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you. I
bro.
feel you. Okay, second one is nightlife. What are your thoughts on nightlife? Underrated or overrated?
Bro, nightlife is nightlife is underrated. Nightlife is. Let me think, bro. This is a good question, though. A good question. I think nightlife is. I think it was underrated pre-COVID. I
Mm-hmm.
think people
Yeah.
underrated it. You know, we went out so much that we're like, oh, I don't want to go and they do that. But now it's like, yeah, any chance people get, like, they go out now. So I think it
Yeah,
was underrated
exactly.
below previously before COVID, and now it's still
Right.
underrated. But people are at least giving themselves the opportunity of like going out more. Now, so I
Fair
don't think it's
enough.
at the point of overrated yet. I feel like
Yeah.
if you say it's overrated right now, it's like you're pissing on the opportunities or the missed opportunities of going out during COVID because people need to go out, fam. You need to like have fun,
Fair
you
enough.
know.
Fair
Yeah, so
enough.
I'll
Fair
say
enough.
right now it's decent. It's getting to a good point, but
Mm-hmm.
pre-COVID it was underrated, like underrated.
Underrated. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good answer. See, you kept yourself safe with that
yeah, but no,
one.
no, no. That's a very good question, man. I'm grateful that I was able to like break it down like this. You wanted to catch me there. Nah, bro. But yeah,
That will work. So okay, this one now will probably put you in trouble. Probably not.
let's go, bro.
Football.
Nah,
Underrated.
nah, bro. It's good rated. It's good rated, bro. I'll say football is. Oh, nah, bro. Football is good rated. When you say football, you saying American football. You're saying
Oh
soccer.
no, oh no, the soccer
Soccer, and
exactly.
now
That
it's good
that
rated, bro. It's
exactly.
good rated, bro. It's good rated. They put in a lot of work, bro.
Fair
My
enough.
brother is a pro soccer player, so I know.
No
It's not
way.
yes, it's not a joke too, but they put in a lot of work. He plays currently in the US, right? So in a
Okay, that's
division in the
dope, man.
US. So yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's hard work.
I like to ask about sports because I feel like sports is people are very
Yeah,
attached to sports.
I know,
Nah,
bro.
you know
I
how it
know,
is.
bro.
Like, even back home in Nigeria, I feel like it's hard for you to grow up without
But people
being,
are either attached or not attached to it, and it's
exactly,
good for
exactly.
it's an easy question to just say underrated. Is underrated
Yeah,
or is overrated? No, for
right.
me it's good
No,
rated. It's good rated.
that's fair. And I guess the last one would just be same. I had asked this one on the last one too. Is NFTs? I'm just curious to know what you think. Underrated or overrated? And that would be
Bro,
based on what you think, and I guess your knowledge level at this point.
bro, that's a good question, bro. I feel like is it underrated or overrated, bro? I feel like it's underrated and overrated at the same time, bro. Cause like you
Yeah,
know that moment when you're trying to like get people to really gravitate towards something, you know, and
fair,
then you're
right?
just hyping. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's where I feel like the overrated might come from. But like honestly, I feel
Right.
like it's something that like is really important for people to actually study on, as I am. You know what I'm saying? Like study on it and actually work towards it because like I mean like if people are making money from it, then you should not just like shy away from it. Like give yourself the
Of course.
opportunity to say if it's something that you can actually look into or not look into. You
Definitely.
know? Yeah,
Definitely.
bro.
See, good
So I'd say
answer. And
yeah. So it's like
advocate.
yeah, I'd say it can be overrated and it's for sure underrated because most people still don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. And I think, like you said too, maybe there has to be maybe a little bit more of a push or for education and getting people actually
Yeah,
the
bro.
knowledge and information that they need, especially
Exactly,
even back
bro.
home
Like
too. You
yeah,
know,
bro.
because
Like
sometimes on the internet, you just hear, oh, they sold this NFT for this NFT,
yeah,
but I'm like,
exactly.
what
That's where
is
the
it? What does it
overrated is.
mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and honestly, now in my head, I'm like, I don't know if it even makes sense because how can something be underrated and overrated at the same time? It doesn't make sense. So I'll just choose underrated. Bro. I think it's
At this
underrated, but
point,
like I feel like the method of marketing it is kind of like it's like a Ponzi scheme. It's like it's not
Yeah.
true. You know, that's how people that don't know about it might think about it. So I think they should
exactly.
change. Like most people should change the marketing towards it. Like it's only for money. Like it's more than that. Like there's the investing part of it. There's the
That is
meta.
true.
There's the metaverse world part of it. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like if anything changed, they should change like the. I don't know if like, there's a community that I'm talking to right now, but like I don't know.
It'll be like,
Yeah,
if this
yeah,
guy ever has NFTs, don't buy.
okay, exactly, bro.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
so,
no.
but yeah, bro, I feel like because right now some people might just choose to like ignore it because they feel like it's
Yeah.
like just another way to like steal money from them, but like
Right,
so, but it's underrated for sure. But it's an awesome idea. Like now,
Exactly.
artists can get to like own their own art and sell it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right.
Instead of
Right.
like just having art and it doesn't have any value. You know?
That's true. That's true. And I think there's a whole lot of potential, especially for like, countries like I would say like within African countries, like a lot of artists too within like, countries like Nigeria, for instance, like the adoption of cryptocurrency in Nigeria, for instance, is enormous. It's insane.
It's
So
crazy,
it's
bro.
like, if it's being utilized well, or like people actually understand or are well educated or versed in like how it's used, how you actually I don't know, create one and all of that stuff. I think it'll be good. And as these communities grow over time too, maybe there'll be more people who can actually leverage it, to even as you also building out your own your audience and your following, right? Those people too can also have a community that also feed exactly that same NFT community, So yeah, it's very. I think there's a whole lot of potential, as you said, and I guess this is going to be my last question to round things out, but as an artist right now, right, you're growing, and over time, you're obviously you're gonna get new experiences, and your journey is gonna change over time too. What does success mean to Bolu Ajibade?
Bro, success to me is being able to like look myself in the mirror, knowing that I did my best. You know what I'm saying, to push myself to the world. You know what I'm saying? That's really what success is to me. Having zero to no, like zero regrets about my music, about my career. You know what I'm saying? So that's what success will be to me. Like honestly, I obviously like I have goals set for myself, like that every other artist would have. You know what I'm saying? But really, for me, it's not really just the awards. It's not the streams. It's really just knowing that I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to like change whatever I'm able to change. I was able to inspire wherever I was able to inspire, and I'm still here smiling at myself in the mirror, knowing that I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what success is to me, bro.
That's impressive, man. That's amazing to hear. I think your whole journey just seems like one of just perseverance, commitment, discipline, and just somebody who wants it. And I think that a lot of people hearing this too would hopefully take inspiration from that too, and know that this whole journey, it's difficult, like you said, it's hard, but you got to push as much as you can.
Choose your heart,
Choose your heart, exactly.
Carefully, choose your heart.
Carefully too, man. But it's amazing to hear all this come from you, and I'm hoping that we get another chance to connect in the same way, and to just get to hear something more exciting that you're working on, or something else that you're doing. But this has been amazing. Would you have anything that you'd like to say? Do you have anything you'd like to say, or leave any few words?
For sure, bro. Guys, get ready for my album by God's Grace drops this year. Also, please, anytime you see Bolu Ajibade, hit the like button, hit the share button, support.
Go stream, and of course.
Please and thank you, motherfucker. That's about it, bro.
Thank you so much, Bolu. Appreciate the time, appreciate the words, and hopefully we get to connect again sometime soon. Thank you so much.
100%, bro. 100%, bro. Appreciate you so much for having me.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Bro.
Yes.